Hello everyone, and welcome to the final video of the Analytics Beginner Capsule. Today's video will be on report privacy and scheduling reports so that they can get emailed out to specific users as well. I first want to discuss report privacy because it's important to understand it in order to create a scheduled report. Now, here's a familiar report, and as you can see, it is currently set to public. This means that all users can see and access and view this report if they have access to the analytics module. If I do change using the hamburger menu or when initially creating the report, if I do change it to private, it means that only I'm able to view it, or very specific users, potentially your super users might also be able to view it. But when it's private, the general user base is unable to see the report. Now that we understand a bit more about the report privacy, I do want to talk a bit about widget privacy as well. So as you know, widgets can be public or they can be private. If you have private widgets on a public report, generally users won't be able to see that widget at all on the report. It won't even show up for them, but if you have a public widget on a public report, it should show up just fine like you see right now. So now that we're ready to do our first scheduled report, to schedule this report to hit maybe certain users' inboxes on a certain date at a regular interval, let's go ahead and set it up. Now, we do have the option again to share reports by email or to copy a direct link using this button in the middle. But what I'm referring to is the clock here to the right, and this would take us to the scheduled reports area. So I just simply gave it a name of Joshua's scheduled report. The next thing we need to do is now set up the frequency. What the frequency is it's just, how often do I want this report to be emailed out to my users? Now, in order to set up the frequency, it's actually really easy. We just need to click on the field and it's going to open up a few options for us, as you can see. Now, you do see two fields here. I personally like to start with the unit. And what the unit is do you want this to go out, by day, by week, by month, or by year? So maybe I want this to go out every 2 weeks, bi-weekly to my users. So let's select week for now. Now, you do see a few more options open up to us. We can pick the start date, or when do we want this scheduled report to start getting sent out to the users we select. I'm going to say I want it to start maybe during the week of March 25th, or to start next Monday. Now, the next field I want to talk about is the quantity field. And what this is how often the email will go out to the users you select. So right now it's set to go out every 1 week. If I wanted to go out bi-weekly, I would simply just change this to 2. If I wanted to go out every 3 weeks, I would simply just change this to 3, and so on and so forth. In our example, we want this report to go out bi-weekly. So simply, we just have to set the quantity to send this every 2 weeks. So I'm going to change this to 2. Now, the last thing we need to select is the day of the week you actually want to send this report out to the users you select. So we can do that here on and we could just simply select the day of the week from this list. I'm going to pick Wednesday and just stick with the default. Now that we finished the frequency field, we do need to set up the time of delivery. This is just simply what time do you want the email to be sent to the users you select. I'm going to pick 1 p.m. Now, there are 2 output types. We are going to keep it to general report. The personalized report will be covered later in a different capsule. It is a little more advanced and requires some additional setup. So we'll just stick with the general report for now. Now we have the option here to include a PDF copy of the report if you so choose to. This will just attach a PDF copy to the email. If I want to attach a PDF to the email, simply just need to check the box like this. Now, the last few steps is setting up the structure of the email and the users that are going to actually receive this report as well. So I'm going to select myself as the sender, but you can select other users if you so choose to. As well, you can pick who you want this to go to in the to, CC, and BCC category, and you can select yourself in CC to receive the email, and you can select from your list of users. It is multi-select, so you can pick as many or as little people as you want to receive the scheduled report to their inbox. The last few things is the subject in the body. This would be the actual title of the email, and this is going to be the contents of the email. So let's go ahead and set that up. So I've typed out my subject in my body. I just given it the title of the weekly performance report, and simply in the email, I just want to say, hello team, just want to send you a report on your weekly communications performance. That's all we need to do. Once we hit save, this will activate the scheduled report and the users will start receiving this every 2 weeks on Wednesday, starting from next Monday. And that's how you set up a scheduled report. One last sharing option, and it does complement the page breaks, is we can also export this entire page to PDF, and this would be shareable with people that aren't users, but obviously won't be as interactable as using it inside of Borealis. And that's it for today's video, and actually that's it for the analytics beginner capsule as well. I really enjoyed taking you through this first step into analytics. There are more capsules after this one as well. There should be intermediate, advanced available, so feel free to check those out if you want to go further and expand on what we learned today. I just want to say thank you again for watching. Hope you learned something new, and we'll see you in the next capsule.